Hello everybody, my name is 711 and today I have a video announcing my return to the PBA, return to YouTube, and all that is good. So get ready for lots of videos coming your way, hopefully about one a week for a while now. And the reason why I am returning for a while now is because I just have a pretty good team this season, and I said, you know what? I feel called to do YouTube again, and so this is my draft recap video. I'm going to make this relatively short because most people watching already know what these Pokemon can do, and it's going to be a lot of stuff that is common knowledge for the most part. But anyway, I got first round pick, and so I said, you know what? I'm going to pick the Pokemon that was recently allowed in this PBA draft, and that is Zeraora. Yeah, I'm going to be using Zeraora this season. I'm pretty excited about that. I feel it's a little bit overpriced. I think it's a little bit over exaggerated. But the thing is that it does beat Infernape in every single stat. It's essentially like a physical Jolteon, but it has the move pool of like an Infernape in terms of diversity. And so Zeraora, or in this case Tai Lung, Tai Lung is going to hopefully put in a lot of work, and you know, all drafts need a fast electric type, and Zeraora is the fastest electric type. In fact, one of the fastest Pokemon in this Pokemon League. I think that the only legal Pokemon that are faster than Zeraora at base 143 speed are Excelgor at 45, and Mega Alakazam and Mega Aerodactyl at 150 base speed. So that's Zeraora. I know that ground types give it a problem, and so I'm gonna wait 31 picks and then pick something that that handles ground types pretty well. And so I decided to pick a Pokemon that I've wanted to use a lot, and especially pick a Pokemon that I did not want to fight against. And that's going to be like the basis for a lot of picks, like cover up picks that I picked before and pick Pokemon that I don't want to prep against. So I picked my Milotic, and my Milotic indirectly got a buff this generation with Marvel Scale, in that burn damage only does 1/16 instead of 1/8. And so that means that the longevity is very, very good. And so I'm going to name you Katara. And we're going to go from there. And so I get 2 picks in a row because I was the first one, and then I wait 31 turns, and then I get to pick 2. And so I know that every draft needs a good fairy, and I decided to grab Togekiss. And you know, Togekiss does a lot of good stuff for me. Has Wish support, I believe. It can Toxic stuff. There's Serene Grace shenanigans, and it's just very versatile and very bulky. I decided, as you'll see, like, I like to draft a lot of offense, and for this season I drafted a lot more bulk than I usually do. So along those lines, welcome Katara and fabulous the Togekiss. Back in the first Uber's Pokémon Association, I drafted Togekiss, and Togekiss was it was okay for an Ubers League. I didn't bring it a whole lot, but it was still nice to have. So that's that. So now with Katara and Fabulous, now there's not as much speed as there was before. I think Katara is base 81 speed and Fabulous is base 80 speed, something like that. Let me check here. Yeah, Katara is base 81 and Togekiss is base 80. So I wanted something fast, and I had, points in this point system, and I had enough points to pick Weavile. And so Weavile, what does Weavile do? Weavile hits just pretty much every Pokemon in the format very, very hard with its Dark Stab and Ice Stab, and fighting types are probably going to be an issue. And so, but you know what? Fabulous eats up fighting type moves, and Weavile is another answer to ground types for Tai Lung. And what else? It gets low kick, poison jab, gets a lot of great moves. And how strong is Weavile? Weavile is base 120 attack, 125 speed, very, very strong Pokemon. Kind of weak to priority. Katara and Fabulous, the bulk on the team with recovery. That's another really important thing. I drafted bulky Pokemon that can recover for the most part. And so I'm going to name Weavile Night Thief. That's the first 4 picks. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that after I drafted Fabulous, I had to wait another 31 picks, I should say, before I get to pick 2. And so I brought back a champion from Season 5 for me, a Pokemon that has forced a lot of forfeits in Season 5 for me. And back then, it was a Tier 1 Pokemon, but now it's a Tier 2 Pokemon, but it got a lot of buffs, in Ultra Sun and Moon being the move tutors. You probably guessed it by now. It is Bronson the Necrozma. Yeah, Bronson the Necrozma is back, and like I said, bulk, gets recovery, can be very offensive. What more can I say? It's just a great Pokemon all around. And so now, at this point in the draft, I have to wait another 31 turns, and a lot of ground types were disappearing very quickly. And Dawnfan was in my sights. That got taken. What other ground types? There was one. Oh, Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen would have worked so well with this team. Nidoqueen would have been amazing, but that got taken, and so did Donphan, and other ground types. And so, whenever it came back to my turn again, there was really only one ground type left that I was considering using, and that would be Mega Garchomp. Mega Garchomp, it's not a Garchomp. I have to say that it is not a Garchomp. At base 92 speed, it hits really hard. That's pretty good for a ground type being 92 base speed. But I can't treat it like a regular Garchomp. This Mega Garchomp does not have rough skin. It has it before I Mega Evolve, but I have to Mega Evolve the first turn I stay in. So, Mega Garchomp is going to be pretty useful for, eating up electric type moves, and fire type moves, grass type moves, because it's dragon type. So yeah, I picked Mega Garchomp, and for a nickname, I'm gonna call you Chomposaurus Rex. Yeah, Chomposaurus Rex hopefully will put in a lot of work. Again, it's a bulky Pokemon. I have Katara to help it out with Ice type coverage, and Fabulous to help it out with against other dragons. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty exciting. And Now guys, I drafted, and after I drafted my whole team, there are some aspects of the team that I didn't really like, and so I decided, you know what, I'll just I decided to change up my team a bit, and so Delmise, I did pick Delmise for a spinner, but the problem with Delmise, well, not that there's a real problem with Delmise, but Delmise, um, I'm planning on bringing Delmise to the first game, but I did drop it for Fortress. I felt that a um, a fairy type move would really just wreck my team. You know, if there was a really strong fairy type out there, so I did drop Delmise for Fortress and your Nugget. That's pretty much self-explanatory. After that, I felt like I needed another fairy resist, and I grabbed Registeel, No Face the Registeel. So now I have four rockers on my team, being the last 4 picks. After that, I picked, you know, we're getting a little more down to the wire now, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we're 8 picks, only 3 picks left. I decided to pick a Pokemon that is pretty undervalued, Ambipom. Ambipom is really great. You know, it gets Fake Out, Technician. It gets Baton Pass, which is allowed. And I'm gonna call you Ambidextrous. Also pretty self-explanatory. So that's Ambidextrous, the Ambipom. Next, just looking around, you know, my speed tiers are okay. I also wanted something pretty fast. I wanted something really offense. Ambipom hits kind of hard, but only on, you know, one-sided. I grabbed Archeops, and you are the Plumed Bird. Plumed Bird is here, and he's going to hopefully punch holes in my opponent's teams, and that's going to be exciting. And then finally, for the last slot, I like drafting a fighting type, and pretty much all the fighting types were gone, and I decided, with the few points I had left, I decided to grab Zabumafu the Passimian. So that's pretty much my team, guys. Zabumafu is at base 80 speed, by the way, and so there's not a whole lot that I can do about that. Maybe I can do, what do you call that? A Tailwind, Togekiss, and then Baton Pass out. That would be interesting. So anyway, that is my team, guys. I am allowed to have a couple Z users, and I decided that Tai Lung is going to be a Z status and Z offense. Just because I looked at my options, I said, you know what, that's pretty good. And so I decided that other Z users, I'll have a Z offense in Bronson, and Z offense in, who was the other one? No Face the Registeel. Yeah, because No Face does get the punching moves, Ice Punch and Thunder Punch. And, you know, I just feel like, you know, with a bulky Pokemon, I can catch something off guard at times. And as for Bronson is weak to knockoff, and so with a Z Crystal knockoff, weakness is mitigated quite a bit. I don't have to run the Culver Berry. I can actually run an item that is very useful, and I won't take damage from knockoff, and I won't lose the item from knockoff. So that is my team, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I am excited to show you the first battle in a couple days. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like this video, comment on this video, share it with your friends, and click subscribe if you haven't already. And on that note, guys, I will see you all later. Peace.